Hello and welcome to Paisa Talkies, our series with PaisaBazaar.com on educating you about your finances. Mutual funds are hot, everyone wants to get one, but one of the areas which has been left not that well exposed to customers and investors is the direct plans. Now, a few years ago, SEBI mandated that every mutual fund must offer a direct plan, which is where you as an investor can go directly and buy your mutual fund unit rather than going through a distributor. However, there's been a fair amount of lack of awareness, but some players like PaisaBazaar.com are promising to change all of that. Naveen Kukreja, CEO and co-founder of PaisaBazaar.com, joins me to discuss more about direct plans versus regular plans. Naveen, you created quite a storm. You did a shoot recently with Akshay Kumar and he talked about the importance of direct plans. We recently saw the SEBI chairman saying at a industry summit that he laments the fact that enough has not been done to propagate direct plans. So while we discuss over the next few days about direct plans, but first up, at a very functional level, what is a direct plan?
So at a very functional level, direct plan is something that removes the distributor's commission from the product. So it for the consumer, it has lower charges, very simply. So if in a regular plan, typically if you're investing 100 rupees, you are paying indirectly 2% as an expense ratio which is shared between the mutual fund and the distributor. In a direct plan, that 2% cost is roughly halved and it's 1% only. So as an investor, 99 rupees of my 100 rupees is going into the investment versus 98 in the regular plan. And while it may look a little low, that what does 1% do? But if you look at it from a 1 year perspective and then a very long term perspective, the amount becomes meaningful, and we'll talk about that.
So when you say you go directly to the mutual fund, an entity like yours directs the transaction onto the website of the concerned mutual fund? Is that how it happens?
No. So we have as deep an integration as would any other platform. So the consumer comes onto Paisabazaar, selects the right fund as per his or her need and the outlook in terms of the number of years and the risk, etc. And once they select the funds, they just invest in the fund, make the payment, and that's it. They kind of stay or go out of the platform, and the funds are there and they can continue to track it. The advantage that we offer is that they can invest in different direct mutual funds of different AMCs and still be able to track everything in one place, which is one of the gaps which existed before a large platform like ours started talking about and started showing direct mutual funds.
Have you seen a lot of interest from people, or are they still figuring out the difference? Because we get a lot of questions asking us to compare between the two. But are you, being one of the first to actually start offering this, are you beginning to see a lot of traction building?
Yes, when we started, we actually started with regular funds, interestingly. And the reason we did that was not because we did not want to start with direct funds, but direct funds did not have the right APIs or integrations that were available through the mutual funds, etc. So we took a little bit of time. But when we started mutual funds, we were very clear, like in all of other businesses, that we will only make the best product available to the consumer. And it's very clear that in mutual funds, the direct funds are better always, without a question, versus regular funds. So we were just waiting. So when we started offering it, we kind of offered it with full integration with all the mutual funds. And since we moved in January and we were the first ones to kind of launch direct funds for the consumers, we've seen a big kind of interest from consumers who were aware and not able to buy direct plans easily, and they suddenly see it as a very convenient way of buying it. We've seen lots of consumers transfer their full portfolios from wherever they were investing earlier to Paisabazaar and kind of move all the funds to direct. At the same time, we do get about half of our customers are the first time investors to mutual funds. And as we see is that they are not very aware. Unfortunately, that's the other reality of the Indian market, that there are only about 2 crore unique investors in a population of 130 crores. So the awareness needs to be low, which is the reason we did the television campaign to increase the awareness, let people know that direct plans exist, they are better, and they are very, very easily accessible.
The big trouble, so to speak, when it comes to direct is that who is giving you the advice? As you said, we are a financially illiterate country.
Yes.
Very few people have actually invested. While the difference in the 1%, and we'll talk about that, is can actually be quite big over a period of time.
Yeah.
But the problem is, which fund should I buy?
Yeah.
So do platforms like yours help an investor navigate by giving them a sense of comparisons, giving them a sense of which is a right scheme for them?
Yes.
Does that happen a lot as well?
Absolutely. So we are a registered investment advisory firm. So we do advise the customers. And like I said, 50% of our investors are first time to mutual funds.
Okay.
They need a lot more advice, as you would imagine. So we advise them, understand what their needs are, what their outlook is, what is their eventual goal, and what their risk appetite is, and then suggest them the right funds. That's a big difference in my mind in terms of a platform like ours launching direct funds versus earlier times when they were always available but on mutual fund sites, and consumers probably knew it but they were not able to get the advice. Now they can get the advice on our platform.
Is there a fee that you have to pay as an investor when I come to, say, a Paisabazaar.com? Because we've seen some entities saying there is no fee.
Yes.
And there is no commission.
That's right.
So how does that work? Is there a fee for the knowledge that I get, for the advice that I get, that I have to pay?
Currently, there is no fee on our platform. It's absolutely free. Our outlook is that the market is so underpenetrated and there's so many customers who kind of need to be aware and take it, that we want to kind of get more and more consumers. So we made it free for now. It's free for consumers. It is direct only plans, so it's zero commission for us also.
Okay. You said 2% is the TER, or the total expense ratio, if you go through a regular plan, and that could be as much as half if you go through the direct plan.
Yes.
If we were to plot this over a 25-year time period, because we tell people that should be your time frame and your horizon. If you're looking at retirement or children's education, that is the kind of time frames we should be looking at. What could be the kind of saving on direct versus regular? Yeah.
So that's when actually it becomes significant. So if you look at it from a 25-year period, and as a consumer, let's say I'm investing a SIP of 10,000 rupees every month for the next 25 years, and I take two scenarios, regular funds and direct funds with a 2% expense ratio and 1%. The difference at the end of 25 years can be as high as 41 lakhs. So I will
41 lakh rupees.
41 lakh rupees. So I will make about 2.43 crores in the direct funds, whereas I will make about 2.02 crores in the regular funds. Of course, it assumes a certain rate of return, but that's the consistent assumptions across those. So 41 lakhs on a 2 crore, 2.4 crore is very, very significant. And if you're saving it for a certain goal, whether it's your children's education or marriage or for your own retirement, this becomes significantly different and can change the lifestyle post that period.
And the amount is so much that even if you have to part of that pay as a fee, you should not have a problem, because you're benefiting by 41 lakh. If you need advice, if you don't know, and you want to take it from Paisabazaar or any other platform, or you want to go to another advisor, it's all right. You pay that fee because you're making so much more of benefits.
Yeah, our view is that the consumers will start seeing that the cost of advice will be lesser than the cost of commission, and there'll be a time when the consumers will be comfortable paying fee. For now, though we have made it absolutely free, because we do want more and more consumers to be aware and start investing in mutual funds, because again, one of the fundamental beliefs is that across all investment options, mutual fund, in my mind, from a long-term perspective, are simply the best option. So we want more and more consumers to invest in mutual funds. We want all of them to invest through direct plans, and at some point, hopefully, they'll be comfortable paying a small fee for that. But for now, it's free.
Thank you very much, Naveen, for talking to us. And hopefully, more and more people will, first of all, invest in a mutual fund. And secondly, it is the ease, it is the savings that you make, that you may want to consider a direct plan, but make some effort, read up all the information that is there on the platform, and then take your call and start investing. Happy investing to you. Keep watching Paisa Talkies.